what's going on? AT&T and the Samsung phones would be the best ones to get based up, you know what I'm saying? So that would be the title of the video. Yeah, it would be your best out. You know, all them other ones, straight talk, they good, they okay, they good to an extent, but I would have to say AT&T is number one, the best, powerful in when it comes to the the speed of the service. Number one, uh, when it comes to the quality, the more you money you spend on it, the better, the better. You see what I'm saying? I would hate to say that, but it's true. You see what I'm saying? Because the people and the phone companies that actually, the people that actually is the maker of the brands and stuff and the work that they put in and stuff. I guess they, it's still, I still think that they, even them themselves, I think they take advantage of it too. You know what I mean? I really do. I think the the people who are the maker of those products, the people who created it, the people who put in daily work to create and make those brands and put it out in the market to so that they can make profits and stuff off of it. I can understand that people want to make their profit and get their cut out of it. They don't want to, but I don't think a lot of those. I think a lot of those companies abuse their power. You see what I'm saying? I really do. I think that people who are it's just like people who are in high seats. They see they build an empire, and a lot of people don't use the empire for good. They use it for evil. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. But I get it that people trying to they want to make a profit off of the work that they put into it and stuff like that. But I still would say they still should be merciful to the people who don't actually have that type of money is to put out something like that into something. You see what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna put this video on several channels. I think this would be a good video, and I would hope that they would push this type of video out into the media, just like the Apple. I'm right now. I'm gonna speak to the people, the people, the Apple, the people who is the maker of the Apple. This is me coming up with this here. This is what I believe in my heart that they should do. I don't think the people that is actually the maker of those all of that stuff, and I'm talking to the head leader. Y'all, I think y'all should be merciful to the people, to us, myself, and the people who are less fortunate. You see what I'm saying? That can't afford those type of things to be merciful and cut some slack and be merciful to the people. That's just me. It ain't nobody prompt me to do this video. Nobody prompt me to say anything. This is just my own idea and aliala. I mean my stance. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying this because have you ever heard people say how much is a net worth is worth? And some people say I know my worth. I know my worth. I know how they say that. I know what I'm worth. So I don't I'm not gonna sit around here and feel like that my words are not invalid just because I feel like I'm in a lower state and I don't have control. Just because I don't control certain things, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna sit here and tell myself that I don't have a right is to speak to people in higher authorities and say, hey, look, from my experience and perspective, the people who is the maker of the Apple products and the people who is the maker of any type of electronic devices, I'm asking, and I make a command and I speak and I don't go back on my words, is that the people, and I'm speaking for myself, true enough, yes I am, but I'm speaking for all of the other people who cannot afford um, those products. That even the people who are in higher power, and I know that they want they cut when they make or whatever it is that they're making, when they're making money or when they're trying to make or trying to earn money for the work that they put in making the apples and building the computers and stuff like that. Um, they should consider the people like my people or like the people in the poor communities. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. They should do that. They should be merciful and not take. Now, when they shift these products to the store, now we know that all of that. You know the people who make the transactions to different things. We know that the people that who you I understand you have to pay the people who put work into shifting the stuff because they want they money when they get on the road, and by the time you get to the stores and stuff, like I still think I'm not saying don't conduct the truck drivers and none of those people from their pay, product them from their what they owe, give them what they want or whatever. But at the same time, I would say it's still nothing wrong with being merciful. These stores, when the products hit these stores, I still don't think that the stores around here that sell the products should take and just take advantage and just blow and high and just blow the prices up, because you got to really consider the people that can't afford the the merchandise or the electronic devices and stuff, like myself and like the people. I'm just gonna say the people in my community and things of that nature. You know what I mean? I think that the poor people, the poor people need somebody in the higher seat is to have mercy and have power and compassion, a little compassion for those of the people that that is stuck and can't do anything, to be merciful to those people. And I think I'm gonna talk more on stuff like this as well too. And hopefully that the people in the Apple world and that with the power and stuff can see this. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully that they can see this video and kind of find a way to squeeze away and make sacrifices and stuff. That way, everybody would be satisfied. If they're trying to say that they want the people, the citizens, to be equal and stuff, they that's what they should do. And I'm the first is to stand here and to speak out to the best of my ability. I'm not no. I ain't never worked in no high seat. I never been there. I came from a poverty place. You know what I'm saying? And so um, I believe that that's what should happen. You see what I'm saying? This video is gonna be entitled "The Apple Product," the people that is the maker of the Apple products, and all of the people who is responsible for shifting merchandise all over the U.S. and in the world. I'm hoping and praying that each one of those individuals that hold power, that type of power, whether if it's with the prices, whether if it's with the people who drive, they want their cut. I understand they want their cut. Everybody want a piece and they want their cut for they time they worth and they time that they want the money's worth for the time that they put into um that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm asking, and just something just told me to speak on that, is that just be you got a lot of people out here that don't have jobs, that can't afford different things and stuff like that. And I said, why not take and use my platforms? I have several platforms. So I'm saying, why can't, what, this is a good idea, is for me to take and use my platform is to plead to the people in higher, that are in, maybe in higher positions, that each individual, it's going to take each individual is to come to an agreement. Because if I understand that if one person is willing to have things to the half price, to work half price or whatever, and then they get to the stores or whatever, then it's going to be, once they shift the things to the store, and the people who is the owner, once it gets shifted to the stores, then the people in the who is the owner of all of the merchandise, who have say so over that, would have to be merciful when it comes to the prices that they put on things. You see what I'm saying? They will have to be merciful to all of the prices that they put on things. And if they would learn, the people who have control over the prices or whatever, then um, they gonna have to have mercy. You know what I mean? They gonna have to definitely have mercy upon that. If you got some people who are willing to be are willing to be merciful in a situation like that, I know that everybody is not going to be willing to be merciful. You may have somebody at, let's say, the truck driver. They'll be like, wait a minute, I'm not going to shift that shit all the way, these merchandise and these uh and then turn around here and I got to be, this got to be conducted out of some of my money, because somebody ain't gonna be willing to like give up, like let go. I'm not, all the work I'm doing out here, I can't afford to be underpaid or something like that. You know what I mean? So I guess you have to deal with that, because it's going to cause confusion. The people that shift the product, it's going to cause confusion with them. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going, somebody from the Apple product will say, hey, we're willing to give it to you for less than. We're willing to do it. Now, once we give it into their hands, we we pay them a certain amount. We gotta actually pay these people that works in here to help make other products. They gonna want that. They not gonna sit up here and gonna want to work for less. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They gonna want all of that. They not gonna want half of a cut. They not gonna want a third of a cut. They not gonna want none of that. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to make sure these men here are paid off. We're gonna have to make sure they gonna all they pay. So by the time we pay all of these men in here, then we got to pay the people. We got to pay the truck drivers, or we got to pay them for shipping and all of that. Then it's gonna be hard to go a lower, if we go a lower price, then somebody is gonna be lacking in their um somebody's going to be lacking in what in their pay, and they're going to quit, and so that's going to throw people out of work. And they're probably going to look at it like this. And once the man in the store is like, hey, well, look, uncles, they call, he want his taxes, the man, that they want you to pay taxes or whatever to these people or whatever, You got to give me mine. If you don't give me my taxes, then hey, your store and everything is going to be declined. So they can't jeopardize their business. That's probably what it is. So they looking at, hey, we got to have the full price of whatever. But again, if now I'm gonna say it like this here: if somebody is willing to sacrifice and make a sacrifice or whatever, it would make a big difference. Now we have what is called the government, right? We got the government. Now the government, they can actually has all the power in the world. You see what I'm saying? They actually have all the power in the world, and they can actually can make those changes too in a lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying? They actually can make that change in a lot of stuff too. You see what I'm saying? If they wanted to. Now, they can print out more money. They can do that. They can print out more money, of course. Now, I don't know how what they do into that. They probably have to like they can freely print money out. You see what I'm saying? Um, if they wanted to, but I think that's probably the way that they got it set up. You know what I mean? And they probably make those rules. But I think that if they would take and print out more money, you know what I mean, and learn to be everybody work, all the people in those different companies work together. They come together to an agreement and work with everybody, and they work to make those changes. And those changes, they would have to come to an agreement with the people who is the maker of all of those merchandise. Everybody in there would have to come to an agreement how they want to iron things. That they'll have to come together in meetings and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But if they did do something like that, they feel like if they came together with different meetings, they would have to come together and work hard with other people to get them is to do that. You see what I'm saying? But the question is, would they be willing to compromise it? Do you have some people in there that would be willing to compromise it? They probably wouldn't, because some people just don't want to change. Some people like, I'm determined, I want my money, I want this and I want that. You see what I'm saying? Some of them ain't, some people just want their bread, you know? They like, well, I ain't trying to be nice to this. You got some people that actually in them organizations that would think like that. But that's not right. You know what I mean? But it is, you know, you got people in them organizations that are like, well, I'm not trying to be merciful to nobody. I got a family to feed. I ain't trying to hear all that. You know, that's exactly what it is, bro. You know, yeah, exactly what it is. But they got to be willing to come together with stuff like that. You know. Yep. You got it. Yeah, you got people that, you know what I'm saying, got to be willing to come together with stuff like that. And if they ain't willing to come together with stuff like that, then you can't get nothing done. They would have to have meetings and stuff like that. Now, I can get more in personal and deep with this here on my other channel, because there are certain things that I had promised that I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep my um, stuff like one way over here, and I said I'm not going to um, bring certain things into this channel, but I'm gonna talk more biblically. I'm just gonna go into a variety of stuff biblically, yes. And because I promised that I would keep my content separate. You know what I mean? But We would just need our people to come together and come to an agreement on certain things, on a lot of things. If you get everybody that is that makes it possible for products to be made like Apple and all that type of stuff, and everybody's willing to come together and say we're gonna work something out. You know what? I'd be willing to sacrifice a little bit of my bread is to make sure that somebody in the hood or somebody in the neighborhood or whatever be able to get this for lesser, and it would help the people equally in the world. That actually, that way everything can run like it should. If you do it like that, come around it and try to work something out somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So this video is called what? What can I name it? Asking the people, um, the Apple, of the product of the Apple making electronics, is to be merciful or come together and have a meeting about how they can work things out to where, and even the people who shift the stuff, the truck drivers, uh everybody that pitches in and makes it possible for this technology is to exist. A message to the Apple electronic products, a message to the Apple product makers. That's what I say. The message to the people, the people of the Apple product maker. All right, I'm out.